Ricky, I'll do this. Okay. Right, Ricky, so let's do this. When I start talking, you got to hold the bottom knob and make sure you turn this on. Okay? Just the one that's not going to mess up. Okay? Okay? So when Bob starts talking, you'll hear our music. And when you do that, you cut the radio down. Got it? Any fast song, just only by default, because he said he does. Hey, who was it that asked for Jimmy Rogers? I wished I could do that. That's about my favorite. Because Jimmy Rogers is where all of country music started. But it's so long ago now that a lot of people, unless you're really big into music. I've been there because I'm a big Jimmy Rogers fan. And that is a wonderful place. You can see his original guitar. Very sacred, yep. Oh, that's right. Yeah. That should do just as well. You're so sick. Okay. I hope I don't break a string. I'm totally unprepared. I've known about this for over 25 hours. Okay, wait, continue.
Presents the Saturday morning merry-go-round, bringing you the best in bluegrass and old-time music. And now, live from the stage of the Airport Theater, it's the merry-go-round.
Thank you so much, and good morning to all you folks listening in over the airwaves on WPAQ on this beautiful 4th of July weekend, Saturday. It's a pleasure to be with you folks here for the merry-go-round again. I'm your host, Jeannie Lowry, and I'm joined here for the second time in 30 days. That sounded like a jail sentence, didn't it, or something? By my friends in our merry-go-rounders group, our pickup band, if we have a cancellation. So if you're here or tuned in for Tex Deaton, he's got laryngitis. He still thought he was going to be able to come, but Thursday night he let me know. He said, I'm just not able to make it. He rescheduled for September the 18th, so be sure and stay tuned for that and join us then. But right now, our Plan B band here, that's what we used to call it. You were part of the original Plan B band sometimes with Tim Chadwick, weren't you, Roger? But we decided that the Plan B band name had to be retired. And so we're not going to call it that anymore. And we're here with the merry-go-rounders. So if you're just a guest today and you just happen to be in Mount Airy, this is what they call old-time music. And generally played with a fiddle and an old-time banjo, and sometimes a guitar if somebody had one. So I feel funny about saying make welcome, but we do need to make welcome for all the folks listening over the air. So help us make welcome for part one of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round. We are the merry-go-rounders. Roger Stamper, we had somebody ask for a Jimmy Rogers song, and Roger reminded me, well, my name is Roger, so can that do for something? And I said, absolutely. We got a Roger on the fiddle, and so that's outstanding in and of itself. I am happy to be here, though, with you folks, for sure, for the Saturday morning merry-go-round. And I want to make sure that we tell you this, that if you're looking for fireworks, there are actually, after they said there was going to be a shortage, there are fireworks going on in a lot of different places. So the Mount Airy fireworks will take place at Veterans Memorial Park tomorrow night, that's Sunday, at dusk, and the parade for the 4th of July also tomorrow, the 4th of July, at 2 p.m. So what you got picked out for us next, Roger?
Well, we got a little tune called Sweet Marie.
Oh, that's a good one.
Go.
Fiddler extraordinaire, also plays with sometimes with the Toontown Old Time Band, Mountain Park Old Time Band. There's another Celtic band in there. The Almost Irish Band. I think y'all are pretty much Irish. You're pretty much 3/4 Irish, not just almost. But also that group. And the head, he's actually the coordinator of this group. You're very lucky, because if I was the coordinator, I would have showed up and had forgotten my guitar, because he has to remind me, I said we have a cancellation, I couldn't find a fill-in. I did try. It wasn't that I just was begging for us to play again, although we had fun last time. But anyways, Roger Stamper on the fiddle, old-time fiddle extraordinaire. Let's make him welcome.
Actually, my old-time band, the Mountain Park Old-Time Band's playing tonight. Annie's Country Store in Ennis. It's a free admission. Come on out if you're up and around Denison. Let me see Andy's old store.
Take Highway 89 west, then turn left on 18 headed south, and it's about halfway between Highway 89 and Sparta, right in a little place called Ennis. At the old Mountain Surf Seafood Restaurant, the Handy's Country Store is a very neat place, and they'll have music outside tonight beginning at 5 o'clock, featuring the Mountain Park Old Time Band. Well, we're going to do Seneca Square Dance.
Sure.
You know, my mom is from Seneca. Did you know that? My mom's from a little town in South Carolina called Seneca. Yep, so I've never heard this song before, but I'm going to try to follow her the best I can. But I guess that's better than zero. I heard my little spoon player, my little helper back here, he's practicing up. I think he is going to play the spoons with us. He said, my brother told me to come down here with spoons. I said, yeah, you want to play them? He said, no, I'm not. We'll do, why don't we do one more tune, and then this would be a great one for spoons, Ricky. Ricky is helping me because normally I'm just the host of this program and I do it from over there, but there's some contraptions that we have to pull and switch, and it's hard to get up and down, so let's give Ricky a big round of applause for coming in at the last minute. Oh yeah, we forgot to thank Ken White. He keeps the whole thing together. He's the facilities manager for the Arts Council, which is the owner of this venue, the Old Time Music Heritage Hall. Ken White. So you're going to do John Henry and Judy?
Yeah, I think
all right.
they're going to sing on this one.
Oh yeah.
I'll try.
You started by yourself? Is that how we did it before? Yeah, I think so. Okay. We've done this one time, so we should be absolute perfectionists at it by now.
Yes. See if I can get this high this morning.
John Henry was a little bit boy, sitting on the pappy's knee. Picked up a hammer and a little some steel, said, hand me the death of me. Hand me the death of me. John Henry hammered in the man, just hammer caught on fire. That's what I ever hear that boy say. Give a drink to water before I
that he did. He was kind of hiding them, but I understand that.
Percussion goes a long way, doesn't it?
It does. He also is a master on the drums. And I'm not making that up. He does do very good on the drums. For 9, he's pretty good. Let's see. Why don't we take a real quick break? I'm going to try to do this break just so that it's easier for me since I can't have my radio monitor close to me. We'll try to break again at the half hour after this. So let's hear from our friends at Surrey Community College and maybe also as well at Price Power and Equipment for this portion of today's Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round. We'll send things back to you, Brian Llewellyn, and we'll be back with more music coming up. Part 1 featuring the Merry-Go-Rounders right after this.
Surrey Community College is now offering an emergency medical science bridge program for paramedics who want to earn an associate applied science degree. The AAS degree helps workers earn more income and advance their careers. The deadline to register for both classes is
Isn't he smart? And he's so cute.
for more information, go to surrey.edu. That's surry.edu.
No, my first name's Roger.
Thank you so much, Frank Llewellyn, and we'll take another break here in just a couple minutes. But right now, we're going to move on with what, Roger?
Well, we got another two-step or waltz picked out, maybe. South Wind. It's one that a lot of fiddle players bring their own tunes whenever they show up, and each fiddler kind of has their own list that they play. So this one's one I've always played for a while.
Well, Rod, I got to ask you a question. What's wrong with your fiddle there? It doesn't have any frets on it.
Well,
He had them surgically removed.
Yeah. Well,
You can do that to your banjo too if you want to.
No, I need the frets.
Okay.
My ear's not good enough
Me
to play without
too. Me
frets.
too. I have to have mine on mine too.
all right, here's one called South Wind. It's the one you play right before the bride walks down the aisle.
Oh, really? It did kind of sound like that. I thought it could have done that.
It is from, I think, from way across the pond long ago, I think. So.
You know, they play a lot of the same tunes, or call them the same tunes, or maybe they call them different, and with a little bit of different rhythm than what we play here. We added something when they came to America, I think. But it's amazing to think about still playing the same songs that go back, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 generations. Well, speaking of which, you want to play another hoedown tune?
Sure.
All right.
And Eric might sing a little bit on this one too. It's a good old nighttime number called Cripple Creek.
All right. Girl.
need a teleprompter to read
Yes,
all the
absolutely.
words. Now, if you'd have had that, you'd have been.
I'd be in business.
I doubt there's ever been a teleprompter here.
Probably.
I don't think we've ever had one.
I don't think any old-time singers ever use a teleprompter.
They probably don't. They make up the words as they go. Sometimes we have to do that.
Forgive me, just make them up.
You just make them up. Just make them up. Well, why don't we do, let's slow things down. Well, I guess this is a tad bit of a slowdown.
We could slip down to Tennessee Waltz.
Whatever you think, or Red Wing, either one. I'm following your list.
We can do Tennessee Waltz.
All right, we'll do it.
We can do
In G? Okay, all right. I think that that's actually Tennessee. I am kind of making this up, but I was raised in the state of Tennessee, and I think we're one of the only states that has two state songs, and I'm pretty sure it's the Tennessee Waltz and Rocky Top. So they got two state songs. So I'm not even sure what the one is for the state of North Carolina. I'm drawing a blank. History teacher, do you know?
It's actually, we've had three different ones. The first one was Josio, and that was in 1774. And then Sweet Marie, they changed it to Sweet Marie in 1872. And then the Seneca Square Dance.
That's in South Carolina.
Yeah, but they adopted it as our state song here in North Carolina in the early 1940s.
Is that how you got to be a teacher?
Yes, so the Seneca Square Dance is currently the state song and state bird of North Carolina.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that. I thought it was the cardinal.
Not wrong.
I'm wrong. Okay. Well, moving right along, speaking of birds, what were we going to do? Well, there's two bird songs. We could do Red Wing, or we could change keys and do Turkey in the Straw.
Turkey Straw still in G.
That's a typo.
Oh, it's in G. Okay, that was a typo. Okay. Whatever you want to do.
We do Red Wing.
Red Wing, okay. I'll do this for my cat that killed a bird this morning. Was not happy. I was not happy. The most beautiful bird. It is a teeny tiny bird, green and yellow. And the cat came bringing it up.
Cats have to eat too.
So, anyways, we'll play this and then we'll take a break for the weather forecast. Money, 11:30, so we'll send things back to you, Brack Llewellyn, for our bottom of the hour weather forecast, and catch us up on any advertisements, or advertisements, as my dad used to say, that we need to catch up on. And we'll be back with more music on today's Saturday morning merry-go-round right after this. Thank you, Ricky. Please, yes. I'm going to turn the host over to you because I can't seem to get it right. And
remember what they said the name of the song was that played right before Cripple 3? I don't either.
we do too. I do too. You know, don't even, he's wanting to know how much money he has right now. That's what he was coming up here to ask me. I said it can wait for 30 minutes. He does. Now, Pete, are you here today? There is a gentleman that comes every week to this program, and I was supposed to call him so he could play the washtub bass with us, and I forgot. So now I've told it to you, so if this happens again, you say, we got to call this man. I have it right here. You can take it. I might lose it. That's why I have it in this book. It was so safe and in my book that I forgot to call him. So I promise you, Pete, though, that next time I put Roger in charge of that, so he'll remember. He's a notary. Is he? Oh gosh, I needed a notary to go to the jail with me tomorrow. Is he really a notary? Okay. I'm trying to get someone bailed out, but it's not working out, and they told me I have to have a notary. This is an ongoing saga, and it is really true, so I'm not even going to start on it. Yeah. Our friend.
Okay.
So it's a month now.
Really?
Yeah. That's what I might have to do.
We take you back to the stage of the Earl Theater in downtown Mount Airy for today's Merry-Go-Round.
Thank you so much, Brack Llewellyn, and we're just having a big old time, and so much so that I forgot to mention two things. First of all, our regularly scheduled performer for the 11 o'clock hour, Tex Deaton, he was unable to be with us. He has been here one time before and performed with Russell Easter Jr. He is a pastor, and he gave his testimony and also performed a lot of Easter Brothers songs. And we got a great reception for that. People actually, a lot of folks called in and wanted us to tell him how much that they enjoyed the program. And he was planning to be here today to do patriotic music for the 4th of July. But unfortunately he has laryngitis, so he wasn't able to come. And so we had to fill in. And but our second group today, coming on at 12 o'clock, the Chestnut Mountain Ramblers will also be performing old-time music, and Chad Ritchie and Linda, they come from down around Hickory, and they'll be performing with Pat Hyatt and Wayne Bailey on the bass. So be sure and stick around for that. That's coming up at 12 o'clock, right after the 12 o'clock news.
Roger and I heard them out front earlier, and they are fantastic.
They are very good, very, very good. What I was supposed to change keys, wasn't I?
Well, we can do turkey in this drum.
We can do whatever you want.
Turkey, straw, and G.
I can't tie your shoe right now. Don, you can tie your So, you want to move up to A?
Sure.
I think I'll have to open my capo. I don't know. I may play with a capo and I may not.
Where'd you get that capo?
I got this capo at Old Mill Music because although I own a music store, I did not have my guitar or a pick or a capo when I got to work this morning. So I had to go scrambling around and open stuff up. But that's okay. We'll be all right. We'll make it. I do want to say that I'm playing my Larry Dumas signature guitar. It's not really a signature. He did sign it and he did make it, but he didn't make it especially for me. But it's a great guitar. So, except my son took it out. He said, it's all broken, it's all cracked. I said, that's a very old guitar. That's why it looks like that. So, what you going to do in A? Let me get in the right key.
We're going to do John Brown's
All right.
Dream. Mostly just A all the time.
Is that right, A? Vicky, come play with her. Okay, never mind. All right. do you think, what else? That's a kind of a Surrey County classic. I wonder if they play that other places, John Brown Stream.
Well,
If they don't, they should, shouldn't they? That's a good tune.
I hear it most everywhere I go.
But you probably don't go that many places.
Well, I go down to Bannertown sometimes. You might find me over, also around Dodson.
Oh, well, I'll interject this story because it's, I really like history, and I know both of y'all do too. So, my great-grandmother was raised in the Beulah section, and her family actually came from Lambsburg, and they moved when she was like about a teenager across into North Carolina, escaping some bad things that were happening in Lambsburg at that time. People's barns were being burned down and different things, which is hard to believe now, but that was really going on at that time. Well, anyways, she talked about this her whole life. As a young lady, she had never gone anywhere, but there was a train at that time that came through Mount Airy, and she took a train to Rockford. Now, I don't know, to Rockford, used to be the county seat in this county. It's maybe, 25 miles? But anyway, she took a train to Rockford, and there was a person playing the fiddle on the train. I'm not making this up, this is a true story. And so she talked about that until she got old, and then she finally, at one time in the 1960s, they decided to go see her oldest son in California. So they set off in a car with no air conditioning in July. Of course, people didn't have air conditioning, and she was used to not having air conditioning. But they got to the first place they were going to stop that night, and I get a hotel room, and she said, I don't want to make this trip. I'm going to sleep in my bed tonight. I think I'll just cancel this trip. And my grandmother tried to tell her, said, we can't just be back home tonight. We've got like a couple 100 miles away. And she kind of didn't understand that. She had no concept of it, but it's because she had never been any farther until that time, except for Rockford. So things have really changed over the course of, I don't know if I'm nostalgic over July the 4th or what, but I'm wanting to think about how much time has changed over the last 100 years in our country. Some for the good, some for the bad, but we'll have to take it like it comes. What do you want to do, Roger?
Well,
I give you enough time there to choose a song, so.
Let's slow down and try that little waltz there, my own house waltz.
Okay, I've never heard it before, so just, I'll follow along.
I used to go to this jam up at 1908 Courthouse in Independence when I lived closer to where that was, and there was a young lady there playing this, Ellie Kilby.
Welcome back, sir. Good to have you with us again.
Anyway, it's a pretty little waltz, so worth playing.
All right. And then we'll take a real quick break, if that's all right with y'all.
Oh, okay. How about Sail Away Ladies?
Are we going to play it? Which way are we going to play it? There's a lot of different versions of this.
Swedish way.
The Swedish way? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that is. kind of like the Swedish way. That's the way that is. That was pretty good. We'll send things back to you now, Frank Llewellyn, for this final portion of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round, the first part, that is. And we'll be back with more music from the merry-go-rounders coming up right after this on the Saturday morning merry-go-round. Here on time, real quick.
We figured out that was a F chord. And that would be a G chord for her. She's taking on that.
Thank you so much, Brack. And if you're just tuning in or just joining us, our pickup band here performing today due to a cancellation of Tex Deaton, but he will be with us again, Lord willing, on September the 18th. And coming up next, after the 12 o'clock news, we're going to have a special anniversary celebration over the air. This is going to take just a couple minutes. I don't want to give the surprise away, but I do want to tell you folks that's coming up about the quarter hour after 12 o'clock. And some very special listeners listening in for that, as well as their family. And right now, though, we are here with my friends, Roger. We never did introduce Eric, did we? We didn't introduce Eric. Well, we'll just save that for next time. No, I'm joking. He's our history teacher in North Surrey High School. They still let you do that?
What's business?
Business? Well, that's kind of different than history. Why did I think you taught history?
I teach business law some too, which is kind of borders on history.
Okay.
Yeah, we teach about like this time of year, like the first flag, the first ladies that stitched the first flag, Betsy Ross and Sylvia Lowry. We teach about them.
She can't sew.
And,
I can't. She actually can't sew. Betsy Ross. Betsy Ross is going to be in the parade tomorrow. And if you folks haven't had a chance to see Betsy Ross, she has a wonderful, beautiful costume, and she'll be with us. And there's something else that just made me think about that I have got to tell you folks about the parade tomorrow. This is very important, and I don't want to omit this, so please, please, please. Okay, the Boy Scouts that will be participating in tomorrow's parade, they will be displaying an original 48-star flag in the parade also, and I wanted to mention that today. It's really neat. We have 6 scouting groups that will be leading the parade, also with Betsy Ross at the beginning of the parade. So if you're in and around downtown tomorrow, our parade for the 4th of July is always very festive. So that is correct. Thank you so much for mentioning that. At 12:30 tomorrow, this is a free event. Of course, the parade is obviously free also. But at 12:30 in the museum courtyard, Brack and his group, if I'm not mistaken, but he'll correct me because he can just interrupt me at any time. But they'll be reading the Declaration of Independence at 12:30 in the museum courtyard right up the street here. That's taking place tomorrow as well for the 4th of July. And then they have folks dressed in period costumes doing all kinds of interpretation. That's what you call that in a museum, interpretation, where you go back to the old way and show old games and ways of life. So that goes on at the museum throughout that time outside up until 4 o'clock. So a lot of things going on for the 4th of July. And right now, the popcorn is popping, and it smells so good.
Best popcorn in town.
It is the best popcorn in town. So how about some more music, Roger?
Sure.
Probably got time for 3 more.
Okay, are you familiar with Clucko?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, hopefully this is what this will be.
3 chords in most of these songs, but sometimes I still get them mixed up. If you add in the 4th chord, wow, I'm really in trouble then.
Blow my mind.
Yeah, it did. Let's see, got time for probably 2 more songs before we'll break away for the top of the hour news and welcome our second guests, the Chestnut Mountain Ramblers. So what you got picked out for us next, Roger?
Well, don't have any more two-step, but we could play Waking Up Christmas. You want to do that?
Yeah, boy. That baby trying to get away. There was a little baby that just came, I'm not joking, a little baby just came crawling down the aisle right there. It was so cute. I don't think I've ever seen that before. He was trying to get away, not trying to get away from the music. Now you thought I was going to say that, but I wasn't going to say that.
I was thinking that.
Oh, it's been a real pleasure. Why don't we do about one more song? Is it time? I guess I need to pay attention more. Yeah, we got time for one more song. So we might have to stretch it out to about 3 minutes.
Even if we, can I take 30 seconds to mention?
Please.
At one time, I'm going to guess, maybe 15 years ago or 16 years ago, I was in a band with that young lady right down there. And she is a fantastic musician, and just recently, she was inducted, and I'll get this wrong, Linda, into the Blue Ridge, what is it? Blue Ridge Music Hall of Fame.
For 2021, right? Correct, Linda, for 2021? Okay, but just this past month, right? Oh, that's great. Congratulations for that, for sure.
And, you know, to get that at 29 years old, it's incredible.
She started as an infant.
This is amazing.
She started as an
She
infant.
was, what do they call that, you know, a person who's, what do they call that when you just say?
A child prodigy.
A prodigy, that's what, yeah, that's it. That's it. But anyway, you're going to love their group, so make sure and stay around. We're just killing time until they get here. So we'll try just one more, and then you'll give that man. June Apple.
All right. Okay. behalf of Eric and Roger, I will send things back to you, Brad Llewellyn, now for a quick look at national news and local news headlines, as well as an updated look at the weather forecast, and then on with more music on this fine program featuring the Chestnut Mountain Ramblers. You're listening to the Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round, the voice of the Blue Ridge, WPAQ. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. I hope you got all my faces I made. Whatever you do, be sure you get that. Thank you.
For a 10.21 operator wind percentage. This includes nearly 5 million votes and promotion. Virginia health officials
Thank you so much.
Good job for pushing.
Thank you again. It was a little bit less mistakes than last time on my part.
I missed it.
I forgot to tell your mom again. She was her favorite last time.
She did a good job. Sure.
See you. Thank you. Oh, what's I forgot, yeah. Hey, Ken.
I didn't want to fool around with it, so I never noticed. No, while we were
and usually give the public a chance to comment on the request here. We've all said the time that regulators must decide on.
See you, Ken. Glad to have you back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
However, this idea of legislation provided that would intend additional federal benefits created during the pandemic for North Carolina's unemployed before the program was nationwide. It actually counters trends of public government to no longer accept
What channel?
federal funds now work the state. Legislation will turn away active unemployment compensation benefit for at least 200,000 displaced workers in the state.
Do we need to
Other state or federal aid. Additional payments for self-employed workers also added. South Carolina all of Indian nations temporary proposed casino just across the border in North Carolina. Tribal leaders were joined by local and state government officials Thursday for a and by sponsorships just off Interstate 85 in Kings Mountain, about 35 miles west of Charlotte. It's a key step in ultimately creating a cruise $73 billion all 2 weeks casino that plans for 4,600 permanent jobs and revenues for the tribe. In local news, Surrey County has COVID-19 per day over the past 3 weeks. That according to the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. That's encouraging news for a community that at one point
we'll play 2 songs, and then I'm going to read this thing about this people song I've never heard. And then we'll probably go right back to the music where we'll take an ad break.
Knee down.
Here, stop that.
I hope it'll be the last too. Hope it'll be the last. It feels numb.
Thank you so much, Frank Llewellyn. And if you're just tuning in or just joining us, we've got a great theater audience here, and I want to thank Roger Stamper and Eric Jessup for helping me make some music for y'all for the first hour that we had a cancellation. So thank you so much to those folks. And maybe if we practice about 500 more times, we'll get it right, but I don't know if the good Lord's going to allow that many times or not, so I might just have to settle for being mediocre. So, I am Jenny Lowry, your host for today's Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round, part 2 of the program now, featuring, they're from down around Hickory, right? You're from...
I'm from Taylorsville.
Taylorsville, oh, Taylorsville.
From Wilkesboro.
Oh my gosh, from all over. And then we got Pat.
Mount Airy, and Wayne's the mayor of East Bend.
East Bend, North Carolina. That's right. So they're from all over the region here, and they're going to play some great old-time music for you folks here listening in at the theater, as well as welcome to the folks watching on our YouTube stream and listening online at WPAQ740.com. Right now, without further ado, help me make welcome to the stage for part 2 of today's Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round, the Chestnut Mountain Ramblers.
me.
Saturday morning merry-go-round. And we're going to take a break in the music for just a moment because I'm privileged to help some folks celebrating a milestone anniversary. I probably shouldn't have danced just now because now I'm going to be out of breath while I'm trying to read this, but I will hopefully do my best. Some folks are listening in from up in Beulah. They listen to our station a lot. They have probably were some of our first listeners, if I never asked them that, but I believe that they probably were. But celebrating today their 69th wedding anniversary, 69 years. They're listening in up on Highway 89, and that is Ned Martin and his lovely wife, Evelyn. And 69 years ago, this July 6th, Ned Martin wed Miss Evelyn Sparger. Some of you folks from Mount Airy will know the Sparger store. They actually got married there at the home of Evelyn's parents, Walter and Sarah Sparger, in Beulah. And they're bound to have seen many changes in 69 years. 60 to 70 years is a diamond wedding anniversary. And the meaning of that is that nothing can break a bond that strong. A diamond is one of the strongest things that there is, so that's why from 60 years up to 70, that is all diamond anniversaries. Things that happened in 1952, I thought I would just look this up this morning, and if I get anything wrong, blame the internet. It was a leap year that year, 1952. Queen Elizabeth, that's when she took the throne, when her father died. Also, the first female to have a #1 hit on the country charts, guess who it was? Kitty Wells. Kitty Wells. It wasn't God who made Honky Tonk Angels. That came out that year. Also, the year that Dwight Eisenhower was elected. And in 1952, of course, probably in our neck of the woods, fewer than this, but nationwide, about 3 in 5 houses owned a car. 2 and 3 had a telephone, probably was a party line. None of y'all are that old, so I'm not looking at you thinking, do you know about a party line? But 1952, only 2 and 3 homes had a telephone, and only 1 in 3 had a television. And there were a few major inventions, and this was one thing I really wanted to mention, during 1952, including the microwave oven. Also, the first microwave oven was about the size of a refrigerator and cost over $1,000. Of course, not many people bought one, I'm sure. Other inventions that came out that year was the polio vaccine. So I thought that was kind of fitting to tell you folks about that today. Costs in 1952 would have varied depending on location, of course, but the average cost of a home was $9,000. Gallon of gas was 20 cents. And the average price of a new car was about $1,700. Of course, still most folks in their family did not have a car. Average rent per month was about $80, and a pound of hamburger cost 53 cents. Of course, around here, most folks were killing their own cows at that time, if they were lucky enough to have a cow for anything other than milking. I know that's the way my grandparents were raised. So I just wanted to tell you folks those things, and I want to everybody here in the theater, these folks are listening in, let's wish Miss Evelyn Martin and Mr. Ned Martin a happy 69th wedding anniversary. Also, I'd like to mention they have 2 daughters and also 2 sons-in-laws, of course, and 4 grandchildren. So Gail and Joy, thank you for making me aware about your parents' milestone anniversary. Only 6% of marriages last to 50 years, and there is no percentage for 69 years, just so you know. So very few make it that far. Right now, though, we would like to wish those folks a happy anniversary, and we'll go back to more music now with our special guests, the Chestnut Mountain Ramblers.
Out to the Martin family, Home Sweet Home. You start it off, please.
Chestnut Mountain Ramblers. We'll take a real quick break and hear a word from our sponsors. The Denton Farm Park going on for the 51st annual Old Threshers reunion that's taking place right now down in Denton, North Carolina. We'll hear a word about that and be back with more music coming up on the Saturday morning merry-go-round.
Come enjoy Denton Farm Park's 51st annual Southeast Old Threshers reunion on July
Tractor games at 5 on the bet at the 51st Southeast Old Threshers Reunion. Fireworks on July 5th.
Visit DentonFarmPark.com for more info.
Back now there for more today's merry-go-round of Montana. Here's your host, Seneca.
Thank you so much, Brack, and we're here for some great old-time music today. Back to our special guest for part 2 of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round. We'll invite y'all to play till the bottom of the hour when we update the folks again on the weather forecast, the Chestnut Mountain Ramblers.
All right, we're playing out a patch favorite one here, Mississippi Sawyer. We'll do one here called Sweet Marie. Mississippi Sawyer, then playing that one's like coming off the interstate and feel like a 35-mile-per-hour zone. All right, what did we say we'd do next? Chinese breakdown. Chinese breakdown.
12:30, so we'll take a real quick break for an updated look at the weather forecast. And right now, we'll send things back to you, Brad Llewellyn, and we'll be back with more music coming up from the Chestnut Mountain Ramblers right after this.
Got a better weather forecast for WPAQ.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Carl's back singing his song.
You need to kind of do what I wanted.
You kind of want back out.
That's what my husband says all the time.
93 on Monday and Tuesday, 91. On Wednesday, the next mention of rain. Wednesday night
Can you work on it?
right now 70.
Please.
Our studio we return to the Arrow Field as the merry-go-round continues now. Here's your host.
Soldier Joey.
Thank you so much, Brack, and I will have to say, it'll probably go down in history for the coolest July 4th weekend that we've ever had in the history of Mount Airy. Maybe not, but it is going to be a beautiful weekend compared to usually how hot it is for Saturday and Sunday anyways. And then back up into the upper 90s, I think, or mid 90s at least for this upcoming week. Right now, I'll tell you folks that next week, I had it turned right to it, and then I started doing something else and messed up my program here. But anyways, next week, we do this every week. I know you can't tell by how many mistakes I make, but we do this every week, broadcasting live from the historic Earl Theater, home of the Old Time Music Heritage Hall. And next week, also featuring two great groups, the Apple Pie String Band, they're from down around Pleasant Garden, followed up by the Catawba Bluegrass Band from over in Hickory, North Carolina. So be sure and join us or stay tuned for that. Right now, back to our special guests for this portion of today's program. Chad, go ahead and play about 3 more songs before we take another break.
Okay. Let's play Turkey in the Straw.
the Chestnut Mountain Ramblers. And right now, we'll hear a word from our sponsor of this portion of today's Merry-Go-Round broadcast, and that's Old Mill Music. And we'll be back with more music coming up on today's Saturday morning Merry-Go-Round right after this.
Have you
ever wanted to learn how to play a musical instrument? Maybe it's something on your bucket list, or maybe it's something that you'd love for your children to learn. Old Mill Music offers music lessons for all ages and skill levels too. And we can teach you how to play in person or virtually. At Old Mill Music, located at 236 North Main Street in downtown Mount Airy, you'll find a great selection of acoustic and electric guitars, fiddles, banjos, mandolins, dulcimers, ukuleles, and so much more.
I'd like to hear where y'all are from. Can y'all kind of yell out where you're from? Greensboro? Texas? Florida?
Wow.
Mount Airy?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Well, it's so good to see y'all today. I'm glad y'all are here.
Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Better yet, just come and see us at Old Mill Music, 236 North Main Street, historic downtown Mount Airy. And Old Mill Music has trumpet players too.
All right.
Thank you so much, Brad Llewellyn, and welcome back everybody listening in, and also you folks here joining us in the theater. You're listening to the old time music from the Chestnut Mountain Ramblers. Chad, go ahead and pick us out about 3 more before we take another break.
All right. We'll play one we call Poor White Folks. Swap fiddles for that one there.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, when you were playing, or that one?
That one I was just playing there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I can tell by those skinny neck holes.
Yeah.
Really skinny neck holes.
All right. Another G tune. What do we got here? About Golden Slippers. tune that comes from West Virginia. Fiddler named Melvin Wine. This is where this one came from. So it's called Old Rusty Mule.
Chad, and all the folks in the Chestnut Mountain Ramblers, Melvin Wine was from West Virginia, correct?
Yes.
So I just want to tell the folks out there, I love books and I love history, as I've told you folks before, but if you have children and you're interested in a children's book, there's a wonderful book called Passing the Music Down that's kind of about Melvin Wine and how Jake Crack learned how to play the fiddle from him. It's very sad, and I'm about to start crying talking about it, but check it out. The artist, or the author, I believe, is also from West Virginia. They're about the same place where Melvin was from, but check that out. You can probably get it at your library or wherever you buy books. It's called Passing the Music Down. Outstanding book for children. Right now, we'll take a real quick break and hear a word from another fine radio partner, our own Wayne Erbson. He is having a Introduction to Bluegrass Banjo workshop 2 times this month, so we'll hear a word about that and be back with more music coming up on the Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round right after this. Nobody's heard of it if you're not from West Virginia. Does it not make you cry? Well, it does make you cry. But it's so sweet. No, that's just this. Watch this.
Y'all are welcome to dance, as we tell people who come in here. What happens at Mount Airy downtown at the Earl stays right here. Y'all dance. Lisa, you can start them in Sheila.
Class size is limited.
Sounds pretty good. Something a little loud. Turn it again. Take a second.
Reach the museum. Call number 336-786-4478. If you can't attend either of these workshops, I'm offering online sliding scale, music classes. See you soon.
Thank you so much, Brack, and we are having a great time. We had folks in the theater from Texas, South Carolina, a lot of folks from right here in Mount Airy, and where else? Where else did we mention? Florida, that's right, Florida.
Greensboro.
And Greensboro, North Carolina. So thank you folks for joining us for this portion of your day, this beautiful holiday weekend that we have, and so much to be thankful for in the great Old North State. You know, that's our saying here, our slogan, the Old North State, North Carolina. So I'm proud to be from North Carolina and great to be here with you folks today on the Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round. And Chad, let's probably got time for 2 before we take our next break. Will that be all right?
Yeah, that's good. Let's play About John Brown's Dream. That's a good local paper.
Y'all dance now.
Yeah. What happens in Mount Airy? You say stays in Mount Airy. So. How about, Petrol sing Big Eyed Rabbit?
I'll try to do
All
that.
right.
special guests here for part 2 of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round, the Chestnut Mountain Ramblers. Right now we'll pause from the music and give Brack a chance to update us again on the weather forecast. And I do want to make mention of this. I know we'll hear the ad, but the theater audience may not get a chance to hear it tonight and this afternoon, rather, up at the Taos General Store, which is the former Mountain Man in Cana, Virginia. He'll be having a big July 4th celebration, but it's taking place today on the 3rd with music from Travis Fry and Blue Mountain. And I believe the music starts about 5:30 and goes until 8 o'clock, and then they will be having fireworks. That's tonight up in Cana, Virginia. It's just about 5 miles north on Highway 52 headed north. So be sure and check that out. I hope to plan to attend. Right now, we'll send things back to you, Brack Llewellyn, and we'll be back with more music coming up on today's Saturday morning merry-go-round, featuring the Chestnut Mountain Ramblers right after this.
Submitted down to 1, you're listening to FM 106.7 AM 74.
What I'd like to do
In Mount
is
Airy.
read the changes
Worldwide, WPAQ 740.com. Sunshine and plenty out here in the foothills, hopefully where you are as well. Low humidity in a high near 81 today, next to a perfect Saturday of the holiday weekend. Here tonight we'll only up to 50, so sure snake weather.
Thank you, somebody find dancing. Yeah, Taylor's still. Oh, yeah.
No, she's just playing golf.
Thank you very much. It was great. Wore you out, huh? Take care.
Huh?
Thank you so much, Brack, and appreciate you this Saturday keeping us on the air. Right now, I want to tell you folks here in the theater, as well as those listening in on the air, about our sponsor of this portion of today's merry-go-round, and that's Mayberry Music Center. They're located right across the street from the historic Earl Theater and locally owned and operated by James Easter of the Easter Brothers. James wants us to invite you to stop in and check out their selection of acoustic as well as electric guitars. They've also got bass guitars, mandolins, fiddles, banjos, trumpets, saxophones, clarinets, flutes, and much, much more. Mayberry Music Center specializes in Blue Ridge guitars, and they're the authorized Blue Ridge guitar dealer here in the Mount Airy area. Mayberry Music Center always gives a $100 discount off the suggested retail price of their Blue Ridge guitars, and you'll usually find there some slightly used Blue Ridge guitars at a discounted price. They have strings as well as all types of accessories for your instrument, and they offer music lessons as well as instrument repair. And James wants us to remind you that if you go by and you don't see what you're looking for, just ask them, because chances are they can have it for you in just a couple of days. And you'll also find there a great selection of bluegrass and bluegrass gospel CDs, including titles from the Easter Brothers as well as the Primitive Quartet. Mayberry Music Center is open Monday through Friday from 9:30 to 4 and on Saturdays from 9:30 to 3. They're always closed on Sunday. That's Mayberry Music Center, Main Street, historic downtown Mount Airy, bringing you this portion of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round. And also be sure after you leave today's program to head out to the left and see the Easter Brothers mural, newly painted here by artist Tim White of the VW Boys, also host of the Song of the Mountains. And that's just right in the area where the public restrooms are, right across from Mayberry Music Center. Right now, back to our special guests for another several tunes. Chad, what you got picked out for us next?
I think we'll play another local favorite here. It's called June Apple. I saw the Tommy Gerald and Fred Cochran over here on the wall. It's one they used to play, and we'll play that one called June Apple.
We want to officially introduce the band. I think we were kind of unofficially introduced at the beginning. Playing banjo today was Linda Cade from Millers Creek. Playing bass, singing some vocals, Wayne Bailey from East Bend. Playing fiddle today, Chad Ritchie from Taylorsville.
On guitar, Miss Pat.
Hi. So right here in Mount Airy, we're so glad to be here. We want to send this song out to Loretta, listening down in Hickory. Also want to send the program out to my family, especially my parents, Charlie and Shirley Hawks, and some good friends listening in Claytor Lake, Virginia.
All right, how about, what? Oh, sorry. How about Sail Away Ladies? called Hangman's Reel. This comes from a fiddler up in Ashe County, Albert Ashe, and yeah, it's called Hangman's Reel.
Probably one more break here, but we'll catch you up on some advertisements, and we'll be back with the conclusion of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round featuring the Chestnut Mountain Ramblers. We'll be back right after this.
There's a website. Yeah, it's hosted at the Wilkes Heritage Museum inside upstairs. They can exhibit around the walls.
I've been on the steering thing where they put us, where we get to we choose the first, or we go from the nominees. But I don't know if I'm still on there anymore. Voting, whatever. Yeah. In the Easter Brothers. Yeah. But the time they were being the weekend of our Village Convention, so I couldn't go.
They rescheduled it this year. You get off that day. Yeah. People told them especially old time. Yeah.
When did they just had it recently, right? 18 years. Yeah. Yeah. So good.
So the rest of them ain't then? What? Which one?
That's about my favorite too.
Yeah.
Chad does really good on that.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
We don't have any more ads, so we'll probably play, it might be 4 songs.
Okay. Four songs.
That's it.
Another good one. One fashion. All right, we'll do Lost Indian. I'm gonna give you this when we start. Let's do Cotton Eye Joe. Start with Mountain. Let's end with Breaking Up Christmas. That's a good one. That's in G. We're in A. All right. Another good one. No more bad ones, y'all.
We'll try.
Oh, yeah. My phone's just all sweaty here. I don't know. That's got the phone.
Back now with Earl as we wrap up this edition of The Merry-Go-Round. Here once again is your host, Jenny Lowry.
And I'll just mention that again, Mountain Man's listening in, and he wanted to tell the folks he's enjoying the music and invite everybody up to the Towels Country Store up on Highway 52, where our own Tim Fry will be playing with Travis Fry and all of Blue Mountain today at 5:30 up until 8 o'clock. Then they're going to have fireworks, and then they're going to have music again tomorrow with Crystal River. I'm not sure of the time, but you can check Towels Country Store on Facebook for the time for that for tomorrow. Right now, back to the conclusion of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round. Chad, what you got picked up for us next?
Well, we was asked by the crowd to play another good one, no more bad ones. So, I guess we'll play Lost Indian.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe. All right, so we got time for five or two more. Okay.
Not five, well, maybe not five.
I'm just kidding. Two more, all right. What do you want to do? Want to do walking cane? Yeah, or we're going to start this one. All right, yeah, we'll try hand me down my walking cane. We ain't played this one in a while.
Our special guest at Chestnut Mountain Ramblers. Got time for one more?
One more. Let's play another local favorite. I think everybody along these walls played this one, Breaking Up Christmas.
As well as Eric Jessup and the Merry-Go-Rounders for performing in part one of today's Merry-Go-Round. Until next week, I'm Jenny Lowry signing off from another edition of the Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round here on the voice of the Blue Ridge, WPAQ.